Hello everybody and welcome to another one of my tutorials. This comes courtesy of the Muskogee County Jobs Facebook page, courtesy of Kim Olive, myself, and all of the other admins and volunteers that make the page possible. As promised, my name is LaShawn and I am going to walk you through a brief tutorial of something you may or may not have heard of called Fiverr. Fiverr is a wonderful tool. It will allow you to cheaply build a nice portfolio. However, you're not going to make money like you would if you have maybe education backing you or a wider variety of field experience. There are a lot of pros and cons to this website called Fiverr because it does cheapen certain industries for those people who have put in their due diligence and went to school for certain talents and abilities, or to hone talents and abilities. And it also helps those who do not have the ability or the funds to go to school to, in essence, do the same thing, kind of learn as they go while making a little money at the same time. So we'll get more into that part later. But Fiverr is a website where you make $5 per gig. A gig is something that you do. You can set your own parameters, but there are standards to those parameters. What I'm going to do is give you an example of my Fiverr page and what I do and actually show you that I have made money. I'm not on here to recruit. Fiverr pretty much does its own thing, and you do make money. However, it's called $5 because you charge $5 per gig. That is the baseline. However, depending on the technical difficulty of your gig, you can actually charge more. And Fiverr takes $1 out of every $5 increment that you make. So you actually make $4 out of every $5. Okay? So let me show you what I do. First, let me show you their commercial.
What does your business need?
We needed a custom logo, and we found it on Fiverr for just $5.
I needed to drive traffic to my website. Now, I can't keep up with the orders.
Give your business the boost it needs. At fiverr.com, you'll find exactly what you're looking for, all starting at just $5.
We needed a press release for our new game fast. We found it on Fiverr.
Join the millions of successful people that are using Fiverr to get things done. Sign up today for free at fiverr.com.
Okay, so in this commercial, you can see people can get a variety of things done for starting at $5 for their businesses, for whatever, for school, for whatever. So with school, I kind of be careful in that. There are options on here where you can get people to write things for you, but I would be very careful of that. And plus, you really don't learn anything when you have other people do your work for you. Okay, so as you can see, I have my account set up. It's really easy. I think I have mine set up through Facebook. You know how they say sign in through Facebook. I think I chose that option because at first I really did not take Fiverr seriously. However, I found my talent is in doing voiceovers, and I have done very well. As you can see, Fiverr asked me, what do I need done today? This is showing that I do have an account and I can choose what I want someone to do for me. I mean, as far I can get a logo done. I can get someone to sketch something for me. I can get someone to research a topic for me. I can even get someone to create a professional video for my business for me. Things like this do deal with integrity though. So I do caution business owners that go on places like Fiverr and purchase testimonies from people who will say that they have tried your product and have not. So that's just a word of caution for me, because I tend to try my best to maintain a very high level of integrity in business and personal, and I try not to actually separate the two entities. My business is my personal is my business. I'm not going to treat anyone different in business as I would personal. However, there are some subcategories that we do have to separate from, home and business life. However, okay, let me show you. Okay. I want to show you my profile, how I have my profile set up. This is just a little bit about me. I don't get into too much detail. However, as you can see, I am on a level 1 status, which means I have maintained a certain amount of sales for a certain amount of time. They do have tiers set up for that. And I've done actually pretty well. These are my gigs. These are what I offer. I do have videos attached to these gigs. I don't have the best appearance in my opinion, so I don't really want to play my gig, but you're more than welcome to go on my profile and look at those gigs. What I offer are voiceovers, and I do offer script writing. And yes, there is a point where it kind of gets a little tricky, because if you go on my website, I do offer services on my website for a little bit more because it is in my business category. However, on Fiverr, although I do believe that since I am making money on Fiverr, I probably will have to write it off to some extent, depending on how much I make. I believe if I go over the $600 mark, which I'm really close. So like on Fiverr, I charge $5. But if you look at this right here, it says I will do a 30-second voiceover for an African American female. Now, I've been into several voiceover forums, and they really get upset about people who do voiceovers in Fiverr, because a lot of people who do professional voiceovers spend a lot of money on equipment, and it takes years of practice, and they go through like appreciation and stuff like that, and sometimes it takes a lot of schooling. However, sometimes you get people like me who just have a knack for it, and even though even though schooling probably would benefit me in the long run, I am kind of taking the hard route because I am learning through experience as I go. And as I feel my levels increase, I upgrade my equipment as I go. So eventually, I probably won't do Fiverr gigs at all. And I do understand that this does cheapen the game, whereas someone who is doing a professional voiceover would probably be making anywhere from $14 to $20 per so many seconds or so many minutes, but that would include a fully edited audio file, which means you go back through it. Your equipment is up to a standard to where you're not going to hear any noise, any clicks, any background, anything like that. And the voiceover artist is also talented enough to go into those files and take out all the breaths or all the undesirables out of the audio. Another thing I offer is poem writing. I am very quick on my toes when it comes to poems, and I have gotten a few gigs for writing poetry for people. As you can see, I have a 90% positive rating. I've been on Fiverr for 3 years. However, in the last 3 months has been like I've really been getting on it, because ever since I posted my video, my gigs have increased tremendously. When people respond to me for gigs, ask me questions, my responsive time is within 2 hours. And of course, I have a world domination of 4%. Most of my gig offers come from the United States. I've had some in India, and I've had some in the UK, and a few in the in Arabia. Let's see, where is this? Okay, that's it. Okay, so I've had some gigs. I'm technically international. Isn't that cool? Okay, so let me get right into it. Here are my sales, my personal sales. I go into my revenues, and you will see that over the course of my 3 years that I've been with Fiverr, I have earned $368. It's not a whole lot, but it is a lot when you're having fun. And I actually had a really hard time last month because of my job transition. I was actually able to use the money that I made from Fiverr to pay my car note. So doing something that you really like, that you have fun doing, and you can make money and pay a couple of bills with, pay my phone bill with it every now and then, it's really cool. And some people actually do this as a full-time job. So the sky is the limit with Fiverr. And as you can see, I have $32 from gigs that I just did. As you can see, one of my gigs I earned $20 from, which really means that it was a $25 gig. All of these were 555, and Fiverr took their $1. Another drawback to it is when you go through PayPal also takes their cut too. So it's really going to end up being about $3.80 something cents. This one's going to end up being like $19 or $18 and some change. So those are a few drawbacks, but as I said, it's only $5, so you're not making a whole lot, but it is possible. I wanted to just show you a few gigs that I have taken a look at and that I found interesting. Some people will edit videos for you. Of course, they have their own increments set up. If you are interested in maybe doing an ebook, somebody can design a ebook cover where you can put that on your website and advertise. This is someone who will refine your resume, being in a job. Being in a job forum, which we are all in, that may benefit some. And of course, they have their increments set up on there. Here's another 3D book cover. Someone will kind of like fix it up for you and cater it towards what you need, and they'll fix it up for you. This is another female voice artist, and she records in a Jamaican accent. This is something. So I don't want to keep going on and on, but as you can see, there are a variety of things. Even if you don't have Photoshop, this one I love. If you don't have Photoshop and you need someone to maybe do a cutout for you, someone will retouch it and remove the background for you for $5 on certain photos, and this person will do up to 4 images for you. And these are people all around the world. So in certain countries, some people only have a computer, so they make a living off of this. And we just have to be considerate of people's struggles or people's situations in all parts of the world. Sometimes it's easier to get a hold of technology than it is to get a bite to eat. So a lot of people tend to find ways to get really talented really fast to make a buck to feed their family. So I've actually going into 14 minutes, and that's way longer than what I wanted to, but I hope you enjoyed this preview of Fiverr. I hope it interests you enough to check it out for yourself. If you are building a new website and you want to get some web traffic, here's a gig for that for you right there. And if you do well enough, you'll actually get put on this front page right here. Like I said, they have different levels of tiers of your accomplishments. I'm on level 1, which if I would have really been going into it like I should be, sometimes I just don't have the time, but the levels are pretty good. You have level 1, you have level 2, and then you have top sellers, and these are people who probably use Fiverr as a full-time job. And as you can see, they can add extras to their gigs, and you can even get $100 extra. So if you think about that, like if you really get good and you're making Fiverr money, you're also making yourself money, and it's pretty cool. So I hope you guys get a chance to check it out on your own time. Feel free to go to my profile, Miss Smith. That's MISSMITH, and look at my gigs. You're probably going to laugh at them, but I've actually made a few bucks because people do love the quality of my voice and they love the work that I do. And I'm pretty sure you can get on here and find your talent as well. Best wishes. Take care.